we'll put it back together and we'll limp it out of here. It was drivable. It was difficult, but
Oil back here too.
You got a gearbox issue too.
Yeah, we wouldn't have gone far. We would have blown the transmission. Right up there? Right.
That should have a plug in it? Or
Some-
a bolt
something.
or something like this, huh?
Yeah.
well,
So look at this right here.
Look at the rear.
Look at the bottom arm. See how it's twisted? Bent?
Oh, yeah.
Just kept opening up. There's this little zigzag we missed it, and finally the third and fourth lap we hit the line and made up 5 seconds here. Like when Wes said we gained on that third lap, I was super excited because the course just kept getting rougher.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, oh, it's gonna get slower, but the fact that we just kind of flowed through that tight stuff,
Yeah.
I thought was like,
Well, a lot of what you guys didn't see though were the cars that were coming back.
Oh, they were
Some of them were just
ripped off arms.
Dude,
yeah, dude. It
we
was
saw
bad.
Robbie Gordon and one of the wheels was off like right
Oh,
before we
yeah.
came in for pit 4.
Man, Queen's tune is outstanding.
Yeah, this car just
That
like,
thing rips.
it just like the revs, the R's are above the belt. It almost feels like he built it to where it builds the RPMs before.
The
And,
suspension, Wayne suspension, oh my God.
just like a constant
I've never
torque.
felt
so good. We jacked the front end up a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Put those
right,
extra
right.
2 clicks of compression in.
Yeah.
Man, bummer. Broken arm.
That's
Those-
a fluke
hey.
deal. Like,
It
Those
is,
method
dude. That's not
intensors
something that
held
you
up
can-
pretty damn good. No flats. No flats.
yeah, I told Andrew too. Like, as it gets to be dark, like we're gonna creep over some of those rises. It's gonna be a fun nighttime experience, and we'll just get through it. And the best part was right at dusk. But the irony was we had that breeze all day. We were so spoiled, and then you could feel that the temperature start to cool down in your suit and everything, and then the wind stopped. So when we kept catching people, the dust would just kind of linger. Because I said one time, like, hey, we're coming up on somebody quick. We weren't. It was just the dust would settle that extra
settle.
5 or 6 seconds. Versus like, we had such good conditions today.
Yeah, as soon as you guys left pit for the 5th lap, it just stayed. Like we were just like, what? Like what was going on? You know what I mean? And then
Yeah, just that calm
yeah, it
before
just
dark.
followed you guys all the way out.
Yeah. No, it ran good.
Yeah, we
It's the
had
best it's ever ran. I'm not going to lie. It's the best
10
it's ever
times
ran.
better than it's ever ran.
Yeah. One little $3 bolt cost us a race, but
Well, we're back home from the race, and I've been racking my brain for the last few days trying to figure out what we could have done to get around that last lap and get the complete finish. Unfortunately, we didn't have the spare bolt that broke, which was a bolt on the lower driver's side A-arm that came out, and I think it had come out for a little while, and then after I drove it for a while, I ended up bending the lower A-arm, which then caused the car to be very difficult to turn one way, but easy to turn the next. So this happened around race mile 4 on lap 5. We caught some dust actually, and we were driving quite slow up a big wash with a lot of chatter because we couldn't see, and the wind really died down. And then this became very difficult. I kind of fought it up a wash for about 1.5 miles. And then right after race mile 6, there's a checkpoint. So we stopped up there. I thought, hey, let's ask these guys what it is. I couldn't tell if it was a bent tie rod, a bent wheel, maybe even a low front tire. I had no clue exactly. They told us the wheel was cockeyed to the side, so then we jumped out. We thought it was originally the uniballs moving forward because the whole spindle was pointed at an angle, and then realized the reason why. So a couple of the guys that were at the check were not officials. They were able to help us. They let us use our high lift jack to get the car up in the air. But, rookie mistake. We should have had some of these extra bolts. We should have had an upper and lower uniball for the suspension. And we did have our radio working well, luckily. Had our team try to send us bolts from another race car, but once I did arrive, the bolts were too big of a diameter to fit. And then unfortunately too, the arm was so bent that we couldn't even get it into place to get it in there. And we had no other long bolts on the car that we could replace, like a sway bar bolt or something like that. So bummer. I mean, on a race this long and arduous, we should have had a few of these extra parts. Maybe we could have really tried to get the arm tweaked without a bolt that was actually going to work. In the grand scheme of things, so many people had broken down that even if this took us 20-25 minutes, even a half an hour to get it done, and then limped around the track at, let's say, 75-80%, we would have still finished much higher than our 10th place. But lessons learned. I'm really excited, though, as a whole. basically because our third and fourth lap, we were able to pick up the pace. And when we went through that third lap, and our radio guy, our pit guy, told us, Wes, that we had bumped 2 minutes down from our second lap, I was ecstatic. So we did exactly what we wanted to do. I think it was just the long race and shadow either caused that bolt to come loose and or break. We think we have it figured out for next time. But, you know, as a whole, it's just been it was an amazing weekend. It was a great learning experience. And I proved a lot. I proved to myself that I can drive a lot faster and more consistent than I even imagined. And when you do get all the pieces of the puzzle put together and the car runs as it should, it's far more fun than just limping around the track. So, well, I'm more optimistic about racing, and honestly, all the trials and tribulation and drama, if you guys have been following the channel, made it that much sweeter when the car was running good and we had clicked off 4, you know, really solid laps and had ourselves in a solid top 5 position at a legit race with a good amount of competition. So, you know, a lot of good takeaways. We're going to leave you guys here with some footage of the Pro Turbo race. It was exciting. Ryan Piplick, congrats. You guys are running really strong all day. Very stacked field. And, of course, I'm thinking about how I can step our game up, how we can get better in the future so we can hang in that class when we eventually move up. So thank you guys for watching. Check out this rad drone and 400 millimeter footage that we caught from the race. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.